Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv Chattogram welcoming you to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman emphasizes prevention of air pollution from brick kilns and producing bricks using environment-friendly alternative technologies. Short-term flooding expected in 7 districts as heavy to very heavy rains likely in northern region in next 3 days. Commerce Minister seeks strong international cooperation to ensure smooth and sustainable transition from least developed country. Bangladesh-China ties at highest level, says LGRD Minister. Chattogram City Corporation launches Btv Chattogram app. City Mayor hopes to end citizen sufferings through judicial services. US-Iran clash escalate as Israeli strikes in Gaza kill 14 Palestinians, including mourners at funeral. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has put emphasis on producing bricks using environmentally friendly alternative technologies to prevent air pollution. He laid the importance while chairing a meeting on environment population at his Tejgaon office in the city today. The meeting held detailed discussions on a range of measures to prevent air and sound pollution. In particular, it decided to take swift and effective actions to curb air pollution caused by brick kilns. Besides, the meeting discussed ways to control the excessive use of vehicle horns in the capital city Dhaka. In this regard, the Prime Minister instructed the law enforcement agencies to play a more stringent role in enforcing the law. It also discussed how artificial intelligence AI technology, similar to AI cameras used in traffic management, could be utilized to monitor and control unnecessary horn use. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for effective initiatives to quickly remove unfit, expired and environment populating buses, trucks, and other vehicles from the streets of the capital. He also directed the authorities to introduce automatic traffic light systems at least 50 more locations across Dhaka as quickly as possible. Environmentalist, Forest and Climate Change Minister Abdul Awal Mintu, State Minister Sheikh Faridul Islam, State Minister for Water Resources Farhad Hussain Azad, Prime Minister's Special Assistant on Environment, Forest and Climate Change Affairs Dr. M.D. Simon Parvis, Dhaka South City Corporation Administrator M.D. Abdul Salam, Dhaka North City Corporation Administrator Muhammad Shofiqul Islam Khan, Dhaka Metropolitan Police Commissioner Musliuddin Ahmed, and senior officials from various ministers and agencies were present at the meeting. The Flood Forecasting and Warning Center FFWC has warned that 7 districts in northern and northeastern Bangladesh may face the risk of short-term flooding within the next 3 days as heavy to very heavy rainfall continues to raise water levels in several rivers. The warning has issued during a briefing today. Meanwhile, continuous rainfall has caused water levels in several rivers across the country to keep rising. At present, the Kushiara River is falling above the danger level at the Finchuganj in Sylhet and the Malkuli Point in Sunamganj. However, water levels in the country's other major rivers remain below their respective danger marks. Speaking at the briefing, Sardar Uday Raihan, executive engineer of the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center, said that heavy to very heavy rainfall is expected to continue over the next 3 days in northern and northeastern Bangladesh, as well as in the adjoining Indian states of Assam, Meghalaya, and West Bengal. As a result, water levels in the Tista, Dhorla, and Dukkumar rivers are likely to rise further. Raater. He also said that water levels in the Brahmaputra, Jamuna, Ganges, and Podda rivers are gradually increasing, a trend that may continue over the next 5 to 7 days. However, as rainfall is forecast to decrease after the next few days, there is currently no indication of prolonged or large-scale flooding. Nevertheless, the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center cautioned that rising water levels and river levels over the coming days could inundate some low-lying areas and riverine shorelands, and advised residents in vulnerable areas to remain alert. Commerce Minister Khondukar Abdul Muqtadir called for stronger international support to ensure Bangladesh's smooth, sustainable, and stable graduation from the LDC category. He also urged the international community to extend the LDC graduation preparatory period by 3 years. According to a Commerce Ministry press release issued today, the Commerce Minister made the request during separate meetings at the United Nations headquarters with President of the UN Economic and Social Council and Nepal's permanent representative Ambassador Lok Bahadur Thapa and UN Economic and Social Council Vice President and Algeria's permanent Representative Ambassador Omar Ben Shama. During the meetings, the Commerce Minister explained the government's reasons for seeking a 3-year extension to the LDC graduation preparation period. He said Bangladesh could not fully utilize the existing preparatory period due to the country's ongoing economic and political transition, global economic uncertainty, energy crisis, supply chain disruptions, growing impacts of climate change, and other external challenges. Khondukar Abdul Muqtadir reaffirmed that Bangladesh remains firmly committed to graduating from the LDC category. Prime Minister's Finance and Planning Advisor Dr. Rashid Al Mahmoud Titumir, State Minister for Planning Junaid Saki, Economic Relations Division Secretary Mohammed Shahriar Qadir Siddiqui, and other officials were also present at the Bangladesh delegation. Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister and BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has said that relations between Bangladesh and China are currently at their highest level. He made the remarks this morning while addressing an event titled Long Live Bangladesh-China Friendship, organized by the Bangladesh-China Friendship Association in the capital. The program was held in recognition of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's historic visit to China. The minister emphasized the importance of exploring new areas of cooperation to further strengthen and expand the existing friendly relationship between Bangladesh and China, making it more productive and multidimensional. Among those present at the event were Chinese Ambassador to Bangladesh Yao Wen, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapun, State Minister for Civil Aviation and Tourism M. Rashiduzzaman Milat, and Member of the Parliament Sanjida Islam Tuli. Speakers said that economic cooperation rather than geopolitics is the primary driving force behind Bangladesh's relationship with China. Chattogram Development Authority (CDA) has distributed rice to the victims of the recent floods in Hattijori Upazila. State Minister for Land and Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Barrister Mir Muhammad Helaluddin was the chief guest at the program at Madhya Pradesh Rahmania Government Primary School in the Upazila today. He said, "All of us shall work as skilled workers for building the country as the Prime Minister is working day and night for the country. For this, everyone must cooperate." CDA Chairman Engineer Belayat Hussain and Hattijori Upazila BNP leaders, among others, addressed the occasion. State Minister for Land and Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Barrister Mir Muhammad Helaluddin said all government and private organizations should continue to provide services to the doorsteps of the people affected by the recent floods through coordination. He said this while reviewing the overall situation after the floods and exchanging views on necessary steps with top officials of the district at various levels in Bandarban last night. The State Minister said that Prime Minister Tariq Rahman gave instructions to everyone to be involved in coordinating and conducting service activities. Stressing the importance of sustainable development in the hilly region, he said that long-term and sustainable projects should be taken instead of temporary or small projects. Bandarban Deputy Commissioner Mohammad Saniul Firdaus presided over while local MP Shaching Pujari Reserved Women MP advocate Madhavi Marma and top officials of various levels of the district addressed the occasion. Chattogram City Corporation today launched a mobile application, Btv Chattogram, to streamline all civic services on a single platform to transform Chattogram into a smart, technology-driven and accountable city. City Mayor Shahadat Hussain inaugurated the one-stop citizen service application and management system at the Engineers Institute in the city as the chief guest. Dr. Shahadat said that the objective of the app is to create a smart, clean, transparent and accountable Chattogram. With the app, citizens can now report about issues that involves roads, waterlogging, mosquito menaces, garbage, streetlights, sewerage, and more directly to the city corporation from their homes. Furthermore, citizens will also be able to know about the status of their complaints, whether those are pending or resolved. The application will provide access to various essential citizen services, including emergency services, direct communication with the mayor, tax management, trade licenses, and more, all on a single platform. City Mayor said that it is not possible for a single institution to make a city entirely beautiful. Active citizen participation is what we need and is essential to achieve the goal. Shongbad Association Chattogram felicitated Engineer Belayat Hussain on his appointment as the chairman of Chattogram Development Authority (CDA). The reception organized at the community center in the city today was presided over by Advocate Muhammad Abu Tahir, convener of the AD Committee of Shongbad Association Chattogram. The program began with the recitation of the Holy Quran and special prayers. Later, the honored guest was felicitated with floral greetings, wearing an uthuriyo, and presented with a commemorative crest. Members of the association's convening committee, former President Jahangir Alam, Rafiqul Islam, and Dr. Muhammad Dilwar Hussain, among others, were present on the occasion. Now, international news. U.S. Central Command says it launched its seventh consecutive night of strikes in Iran. Iranian state media has reported at least 3 people have been killed and 8 others wounded in attack in Hormozgan province, which borders the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says military drones targeted U.S. bases in Kuwait and Jordan. Iran's military says that its forces have launched drone strikes targeting several U.S. military infrastructure sites in Kuwait and Jordan, reports the Tasnim news agency. According to the statement, the targeted locations include, the military warned, according to the report, that any power attempting to test the will of the Iranian nation will face the iron resolve and readiness of its armed forces. U.S. airstrikes intensify with 3 killed in Hormozgan. The U.S. airstrikes have intensified compared with earlier hours, with explosions reported by the central city of Yazd and the southern cities of Lar, Ahvaz, Shirak, Bushehr, Bandar Abbas, and Darab. Qashm Island has also been exploded, and for another consecutive night. Local authorities in Hormozgan provinces have said that U.S. strikes have targeted 2 bridges and 1 tunnel in the province. The deputy governor of Hormozgan said 3 people were killed and 8 others injured in enemy attacks on several locations across the province in the early hours on Saturday. At least 21 people have been killed in a bus accident in eastern Uganda on their way back from a school trip. 20 of the dead were school children. Several others were injured in the incident. Ugandan police confirmed the information on Friday local time. Police said the students of the King David Junior School in the capital, Kampala, were returning from a school trip in the Sipi Falls area of Kapchorwa district. On the way, the bus lost control and hit a large rock on the side of the road and overturned 20 students, and an adult died on the spot. Several students and adults injured in the accident have been admitted to a local hospital. Some of them are in critical condition.